Men trying to be liberated, going their own way so to speak. Chapter 1. Don't tell me what to do. 1. The White Knight Phenomena. The White Knight Phenomena is when guys jump into battle to help or defend a woman's honor in any situation, no matter how trivial, because they think it's righteous for men to help women even when they're being superficial, trivial, evil bitches. Call a spade a spade. Don't be anyone's cuckold. If a woman is bitch, let her deal with whatever situation she created from being a bitch. If you think it might help you get laid, it probably won't. Women that play these ego games are usually afraid of actually having sex with a man unless it's to manipulate him. Mtao, men going their own way. Mtao, men going their own way are men who don't like the games and manipulation by women en masse, so they say to themselves, screw you, I don't need a so-called relationship. I can watch porn and jerk off whenever I want in private. I can hire an escort for paid sex. Beyond that, I'm free. I don't have to bow down to any woman and be her bitch just for low-quality sex. I do what I want when I want. I don't need a relationship, don't want one. I don't flirt out in public. If a female looks at me and tries to flirt, I'll be superficially polite and leave quickly. I bow down to no one. I live true to myself. What's loneliness? I live a great life. I do whatever I want whenever I want. That's pretty good. Nobody bothers me. No hassles. I love my cat. That's all I need. My cat gives me more love than 99% of all the women out there could. Society has simply got that selfish. Remember that song, What Have You Done For Me Lately? That's why I don't need a relationship with some selfish chick. Keep your dignity no matter what. Stay close to the true nature and spirit you were born with. You don't owe society anything. You don't have to follow its customs into trying to get you to find a female, get into a monogamous relationship, get married, and have children. I see websites, books, and workshops for women titled something like How to Get Your Guy. You can buy into the loneliness thing and work hard to romance some young women to end up being her little bitch. You could get lucky and find a truly good woman, but the odds are against it. Most modern women have indoctrinated minds and they're hooked on their cell phones as a security blanket. Go to the Bible, to the part about the virtuous woman. What gets me is that I want to be myself, to express what I feel. If someone tries to thwart that and control me, they're toxic to me. Almost all modern women want to control their men to be their slaves. Everybody will deny this, but it's the truth. Where are you going to find a good woman in this polluted modern world? I've seen interviews of women in Eastern Europe on the Rush V YouTube channel. They're polluted by capitalism like almost everybody everywhere. Asian girls are polluted by capitalism. Everybody sees all that crap on TV and wants some guy to pay their way and provide them a cool, comfortable, entertaining life. Muslim women are totally screwed up. They're off the table. The feminized male, the beta male, mangina, androgynous hipster. A biological war on testosterone is being waged, either on purpose as a conspiracy to weaken men so that they can be more easily controlled, or as a byproduct of a hyper-capitalist world that sells us stuff that is bad for us. Testosterone is the sex hormone for both men and women. Women have much less than men. Testosterone also makes us strong, vital, and aggressive. A lot of birth control pills in the form of women's urine get into the water supply of many cities. Men drink it. It lowers testosterone. These things lower testosterone. Chemtrails. Radionics, high-tech waves. Processed foods. Pesticides. Hormones in dairy. EMFs as in Wi-Fi and cell phone waves. Stress. GMO food. Alcohol and recreational drugs. BPA in plastics. SSRI drugs. Fluoride in water. Then there's the pop culture thing when they promote skinny young men as teen idols dressed up like dandies. Young guys imitate this. GQ magazine, YouTube men's fashion channels and the metrosexual movement promotes men as being cute, frivolous guys hooked on looks rather than doing hard things. I see it in young men I know. They weren't raised to be macho like me. I have an inherent dislike for this wimp punks. The gay movement makes it seem alright to act like a creative sissy in public. I'm creative, androgynous, and all that, but first I'm an alpha male who earns my self-respect and have to prove myself to me almost every day by doing hard, inspired activities. They got all these cute pretty boys on the Disney Channel shows. Go ahead. Be a skinny or fat wimp. I only know what I feel. I have to prove myself to me all the time. It's a great way to live. When you do hard, inspired stuff, you always feel good. YouTube channel America First with Nicholas J. Fuentes, a video he deleted called White Guy Ban, EP 274. Is this the deal? Minorities gathering to get rid of the white guys who rule the planet. Secondly, are women being manipulated to unite to dethrone all men regardless of color? The deal with this left-wing ideology is that we don't care about doing good to help the world. We just want to rule the world by toppling the people on top now. That's where leftists fail. They're full of hate rather than actually trying to help people. I hear the hate on democracy now every day. It got so bad that I only listen to the first few minutes now because it's all hate speech. I had to laugh when Amy Goodman, the white Jewish host, was interviewing the Muslim woman who got elected in Detroit. Amy was fishing for a Women Unite compliment when she asked her what did she think of Nancy Pelosi. Then this Muslim girl said, I just care about the beautiful colors in the house, all those beautiful women of color. Amy didn't like that. Will she ever realize she's helping the enemy? These idiots won't realize until we're living in third world countries ruled by strangers who hate us. We're giving our beautiful countries away to foreign invaders. NicholasJFuentes.com, Twitter.com/NickJFuentes, Facebook.com/NickJFuentes, gab.ai/NickJFuentes, pscp.tv/NickJFuentes. Chapter 2. Don't Tell Me What to Do To. Walt Whitman's Advice Book for Men. Bustle.com/articles/15827-Wald-Whitman's-book-for-men-has-just-been-its-contents-are-surprising. He was gay, so he says avoid women. Whitman wrote Manly Health and Training under the pseudonym Mose Velser. He said, exercise. Eat only meat. Ignore women, they exhaust you. Get custom boots. Dancing is your friend. Let no one threaten your masculinity. Do men need to be liberated? Enlightened men don't need to be liberated. An enlightened man knows his own true nature and lives by it, by releasing most of that natural energy, given by God, he feels within himself almost every day. I don't listen to all that crap out there in the mainstream media or pop culture portraying men in general as boobs and white men as privileged pigs. There are more white men living in poverty than minority men living in poverty in the United States. Nobody ever put a silver spoon in my mouth. In some fields, people are afraid and jealous of alpha males, generally a good-looking, athletic guy who speaks and writes proper English. A lot of men have degenerated into phony liberal wimps calling themselves social justice warriors and feminists. I've seen some videos of some of these guys apologizing for all white men and men everywhere. To me, all liberals are phony because there is no urgency to their alleged causes. The paid ones in the non-profit sectors use liberalism as a way to make easy money with no accountability. All the volunteers are there for flirty, social reasons. I worked for non-profits as a young man. It didn't take me long to realize these people don't give a crap about anything. They got their easy jobs with no accountability to anyone. That's the real game. I tried to be a liberal but quit when I saw that virtually all of them were phonies. Ask any of them how many homeless people and refugees they share their homes with. The answer is always no one. It's okay to be who you were born to be. It's not okay to act like some self-righteous hypocrite. Win at life by being true and pure with who you are. Screw the world with its disgusting, manipulative bullshit. You don't have to be anyone's doormat, especially your wife's or girlfriend's. Women are very smart. They know how to manipulate people. If you fall for it, it's your fault. Philip Zimbardo. Man Interrupted, heroicimagination.org. Philip Zimbardo is a traitor to men. He wrote a book called Man Interrupted, Why Young Men Are Struggling and What We Can Do About It, that puts men down and judges them. When I saw him, he looked like a very skinny, sickly man, not a healthy alpha male. It doesn't matter now. I'm pretty sure I read something about Zimbardo apologizing to the world for all men somewhere, but I can't find that article now. See his website heroicimagination.org, which is all wimp stuff. You either are what you are the way you're born and live by it, or you're a wimp. You can't be trained to be a hero. Goodreads.com/book/show/271305448-man-interrupted. The difference between a wimp and a real man. A real man intuitively, naturally knows who he is in his true nature and lives by it, by releasing that natural energy all the time to match as standard he feels given by God. He doesn't bow down to anyone, including women. He'll meet a woman halfway with mutual respect, but won't walk on eggshells because she's a bitch trying to control him. Wimpy guys are probably guys with low levels of testosterone who never had masculine role models who did what they wanted to within the laws of their society. You don't have to listen to all these phonies out there telling you to be politically correct and sensitive. God made you as good as anyone when you were born. You don't have to be a whiplashed society's bitch like many men are. If somebody tries to put me down because I'm a white male, screw them with their bullshit. I saw a guy on a Mark Dice YouTube channel video where Mark is laughing at the Google execs for being so downtrodden after Trump got elected. In that same video, some chubby white guy gets up and apologizes for all white men, saying he's a male feminist or something like that. Don't let society's liberals beat you down, and all liberals are phony because they pretend to care about people but they never take in homeless people or refugees to live with them in their houses, especially the celebrity liberals, plus they're not urgent about their causes. It's big social fun to them to gather and pretend to protest. A graceful person keeps their mouth shut. I was taught if you got nothing good to say, keep your mouth shut. The book of Proverbs taught me if I'm angry, leave quickly before I say something negative. Live your life. Ignore the assholes, which are a lot of people. It's just the way it is. Everybody has been conditioned by TV to be a loudmouth, sarcastic punk. Manners are gone. People won't give an inch nowadays. I was in a cashier line and the very overweight woman in front of me felt slighted because I dumped my basket of groceries on the line rather than taking them out one by one. She had to make some rude comment to me. She either wanted me to bow down like a wimp or fight. She got neither. I said I was sorry in a condescending, sarcastic tone. It's not worth it to argue with the small minds of the human race. People want to goad you into fights. Don't fight. Just live your own life. A lot of women want men to apologize for being men. Don't apologize for being who you are. Don't listen to anyone's bullshit. Listen to the God-given wisdom inside of you. Virtue shaming/signaling. Watch the YouTube Paul Joseph Watson channel to see that you don't have to bow down to anybody regardless of what virtue shaming bullshit they throw at you. If you do it once, they got you. They got this new thing now called virtue shaming/signaling, where people publicly try to shame others because they think they're morally superior/self-righteous and can blab about some person they usually don't know, saying something negative about how they don't approve of something they've done. Virtue signaling men, people like the Father Knows Best guy on daytime TV talk. Virtue signaling is hypocrisy, praising or displaying your own virtues without practicing what you preach. It's advocating a political ideology as a hypocrite, like all activists claim to be loving but hate anyone who doesn't agree with them. It's saying I hate you or hate something in a subtle way. As far as I can tell, there is a rebellion against conventional guys who act polite out in society and say play by the rules, shut up, get a job, get married. Some men say don't tell me how to act. Don't tell me what I'm supposed to do. Don't tell me not to be angry. Don't tell me to get married then be a woman's doormat. Don't tell me to work a job and shut up. They're people pleasers to the max. Their opinions are whatever is trending on social media. They're not real men who live by their own standards. What the right-wing Tao guys don't like is all the phony liberal guys who come out and say I'm apologizing for all men for all of past history, the guys who say I will support feminism and support you when you bash me for being a man. gojuizwag.com/virtue-signaling-men illiberal-liberal.com/2016/04/virtue-signaling-and-the-male abuisefermen.com/men/the-virtue-signaling-men en.wikipedia.org/wiki/virtue_signaling mainofthuist.net/virtue-signaling-run-amok aql2rated.com/virtue-signaling spencerfernando.com/2018/02/05/virtue-signaling fightingforfair.com/tag/virtue-signaling goodreads.com/quote/tag/virtue-signaling crisismagazine.com/2017/virtue-signaling-opposite-virtue urenz.org/2018/10/09/what-is-virtue-signaling en.wikipedia.org/wiki/talk:/virtue_signaling